Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our mentoring recovery support group. My name is Craig. I'm one of the hosts here at Capital Recovery Center, and it's always a pleasure to bring some very informative information and especially dealing with some type of addiction recovery. All right. And so, how you doing, young lady? Hello. Hi. What's your name? Can you turn your mic on, please? Oh, it's on. All right. I'm sorry. Let me see what's going on. It's the second person that we've been having problem with the voice. Can't hear. She says she's.
That's Tim.
And that was happening with the other young man. What's his name? I can't think of his name. But anyway.
Hit your mic, unmute yourself.
She did.
Oh.
Yeah, something ain't working. So we'll figure it out. But thanks for don't log off. And so we're gonna get right into it. And so today we're going to be talking about some very interesting information. Yeah. And we're not going to hold you too long. So once again, my name is Craig. I'm a recovery coach. And so today, this article is brought to us by mainstreamrecovery.com. You can go online and retrieve this article. And how you, I can't hear you, so I'm going to say Miss Cross. And so, Miss Cross, welcome again. Welcome. So today's title, we're going to be talking about the importance of addiction recovery, mainly for men. But however, if you're more than welcome to stay and stick around. If you don't, understand. But yes, and so today we're going to be talking about the importance of addiction recovery. All right, and so the first topic of discussion, we're going to talk about understanding addiction recovery. All right, private chat, let me see what that says. Hello, I'm fine. Wonderful, thank you. All right, and so we're going to be talking about understanding addiction recovery. And so the article starts us off by stating, addiction recovery is a complex and transformative process that aims to help individuals overcome substance abuse and achieve long-term sobriety. It involves a combination of physical, psychological, and social interventions designed to address the underlying causes of addiction and support individuals in rebuilding their lives. And so I am someone who also am part of the recovery process. And so it's always good to share. And so I've been in recovery. I'm someone who comes from a therapeutic community, and that is a treatment facility that addresses addictions, mental health, anger issues, and all that good stuff. And so the next topic of discussion, we want to talk about what is addiction recovery. Let's find out what the article says about addiction recovery. All right, so it says addiction recovery refers to the journey of healing and personal growth that individuals with substance abuse issues embark upon to overcome their addiction. It involves a comprehensive and holistic approach that encompasses various strategies and interventions tailored to the specific needs of each individual. Recovery from addiction is not simply about abstaining from substances. It involves a profound transformation on multiple levels. Sound interesting. All right. It requires individuals to address the physical, the emotional, and social aspects of their lives and develop effective coping mechanisms to sustain their recovery journey. And so, as I've been learning, growing in this field about addiction, I've come to understand that it is not, alcohol and drugs is not a individual disease, it's a family disease. and it also is a disease that has a disease component. And so it can be caused from multiple aspects. So this article says it addresses the physical, the emotional, and social aspect. So it goes on to say addiction recovery holds immense importance for men. All right. This is very important. Can you, when you get a chance, Ms. Cross, can you please keep your camera on? That's very important. All right. So it says addiction recovery holds immense importance for men as it addresses unique challenges and provides an opportunity for personal growth and positive change. Here are a few reasons why addiction recovery is particularly crucial for men. All right. And so thank you so much. And so I am a person, not only the reason we chose this topic for men, because a lot of men, I feel that maybe coming out of addiction treatment, maybe coming out of incarceration. I am someone who experienced both of those fields, who experienced incarceration, treatment, and so a lot of times that aspect caused a lot of friction within the household. It also caused a lot of abandonment when it comes to relationships, our family members, and so therefore it's important because understanding that the men is the ones who are the head of the household, and that don't mean that we have to be rah rah or all of that. It just means that we are an example to our family, and not only to our family, but also to our community. And so that's very important, whether we're on work, school, wherever, church, we are the representation as the uh, head. All right. To fully understand the importance of addiction recovery for men, it is essential to recognize the unique challenges they face and the potential for transformative change that recovery offers. By embracing the recovery process, men can reclaim their lives, strengthen their mental and physical well being, and build a brighter future. All right. And so that's the part of addiction recovery that we want to share from this article. Another topic of discussion, and that is unique challenges for men in addiction recovery. All right. So the article goes on further to say, states addiction recovery is a unique and challenging journey, and men often face unique obstacles along the way. Understanding these challenges is crucial in providing effective support and promoting successful recovery. In this section, we will explore two significant challenges that men may encounter during their addiction recovery process: societal stigma and gender stereotypes, all right, as well as men's mental health and emotional well being. All right. So give me a thumbs up, Ms. Cross. What do you think about the information so far? All right. Cool. Wonderful. All right. And so next we want to address those two uh, it says stigmas, significant challenges, right? So two significant challenges that men face, and it talks about societal stigma and gender stereotypes. Men in recovery, addiction recovery may face societal stigma and gender stereotypes, which can hinder their progress and discourage seeking help. Society often expects men to be strong, self-reliant, and unaffected by emotions. All right. This perception can create barriers for men to openly address their struggles with addiction and seek the necessary support. All right. And so I am a man. And so therefore, I know a little something about growing up, the aspect where we are most often are told from my generation, I don't know about this generation, that men is not supposed to show no emotions. And so that is a myth and stereotype that we want to dispel, because if we hold stuff inside and bottle it up and not express our true emotions, then we may never be able to address of why we turn to alcohol or drugs. And so that may cause a dysfunctional coping mechanism. All right. And so the article goes on to say breaking free from addiction requires vulnerability and a willingness to confront personal challenges. However, societal expectation may discourage men from embracing this vulnerability, fearing that it may be perceived as weakness. All right. So a lot of people, they try to they put on this mask, and so we have to be strong because we don't want to show our weak side, but that's okay. We're going to get through that. All right. So it says overcoming these societal stigmas and gender stereotypes is crucial in enabling men to access the support and resources they need for successful recovery. All right. And so we got that out the way. And so we wanted to dispel those myths about men being weak because they're showing their emotions. That is unfounded. That is not true. And so I wish your microphone was working. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I'm muted.
Let me see my.
I'm muted now.
Nah, let me see my.
You wanna? All right.
That don't matter.
That doesn't matter.
How you doing?
Hello.
We got you now. I got my technician here, Mike. He's the.
You all right? How you doing?
Good.
All right, good. You finally found out how to work the link.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're here.
Tell him I'm call that.
All right. He says he's gonna contact you after the group. All right.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Cross. All right. Now we got some interaction going on, just a little bit. So what do you think about the information so far? Even though it's mainly talking about men, but that's all right. What do you think about the information so far? You think men is not to show emotions or expression of vulnerability, or what? What's your take on it?
I don't know. I see it a lot. So
You see a
I have
lot.
I see it a lot in grown men, my siblings. A lot of the time it's because they don't want to be known as a punk or
Yeah.
like a girl, acting like a little girl or something. But I have a toddler, he's 2. And
Okay.
my brothers sometimes tell them like, oh, you acting like a girl. I'm like, no, he's not. He's showing emotion.
Yeah. And so that's something that's good that you was on top of it and be able to communicate that to your brother
Mhm.
and to your child that it's okay to have emotion to express that. You know,
Mhm.
that's wonderful, great feedback. And so the next part we want to talk about, let me see. There we are. Men's mental health and emotional well-being. The article says men's mental health and emotional well-being are essential aspects of addiction recovery. It is essential to recognize that men experience emotional struggles and mental health issues just as women do. All right, men, you heard that. It says it is essential to recognize that men experience emotional struggles and mental health issues just as women do. So don't think you heard the young lady Miss Cross talked about, people, and I heard it as well, a man up, don't be a punk, speak with your chest, all that good stuff. But that's okay. A lot of times we need to be able to get in tune with our emotional side because if we hold it in, as I stated earlier, a lot of times we may explode in a negative way. And so if we're able to express, especially identify our emotions, because I'm reading this book, Ms. Cross, it's called Emotional Intelligent Habits, and where it addresses issues of
So
being able to identify. That's okay. Let them have fun. All right. And so it says, however, societal norms often discourage men from openly discussing their emotion and seeking help for mental health concerns. Men may feel pressure to conform to the traditional masculine ideas that prioritize strength and emotional detachment. This can lead to suppressed emotions and difficulties in expressing and processing feelings related to addiction and recovery. Addressing men's mental health and emotional well-being within addiction recovery programs is crucial in providing comprehensive care and fostering long-term recovery. Acknowledging the unique challenges that men face in addiction recovery is the first step towards developing effective strategies and support system by challenging society's stigmas and gender stereotypes and promoting open discussions about men's mental health. We can create an environment that empowers men to seek help, embrace vulnerability, and embark on a transformative journey of addiction recovery. And so, also with addiction, a lot of times, Ms. Cross and the audience, a lot of times we are uninformed of the uh, aspect that sometimes there may have been some trauma in our lives. I know for me, let me keep the focus on myself. I have experienced witnesses, personal trauma, seen a lot of trauma in my life, and so therefore the mental health aspect applies to me. I never contribute my drug addiction with mental health until I began to learn later on that I was using drugs to mask my emotions or to be able to cope with certain situations, certain events. And so a lot of times, most of the time, most people don't even realize that they are suffering from what we was called dual diagnosis, mental health and addiction. And so a lot of times when we go to treatment, they do a psychological eval to find out whether or not, once they get us detox and everything, to find out whether or not we are dealing with emotion or the mental health aspect or just the addiction part. All right. And so if we're dealing with both, they're going to treat both mental health and the addiction. All right. And so the article goes on to say physical and emotional transformation. Addiction recovery for men encompasses a transformative journey that involves both physical and emotional aspects. Breaking the cycle of addiction and restoring relationships are vital components of this transformation. All right. And so let's get down to some more of the meat and potatoes. All right. You look bored. Are you bored? You want to add
I'm
on?
tired.
You a little tired? How was your day?
A lot.
A lot.
I was got work at 2 o'clock.
You was at work at 2?
I got off at 2.
Oh, you got off at 2. Oh, so you're busy. Your mother, you're working. Oh, so you got it going on then. Okay.
Hmm.
That's good. That's good. So we're not going to try to keep you too long. We just want to keep you engaged, for the most part. I'm not sure if you might discuss. Normally, this uh, recovery support group, or most of the support groups that we do here, due to the lack of engagement, we do about maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, not that long, right? So if you can bear with me just a little bit longer, then we'll be done. All right?
It's okay. I'm still here.
All right, cool. All right. And so where we at? We're talking about breaking the cycle of addiction. The article says one of the primary goals of addiction recovery for men is to break the cycle of addiction that has taken hold of their lives. All right. This involves a multifaceted approach that addresses the underlying cause of addiction, such as trauma. I may mention that early. Trauma, that is the root cause of a lot of people addiction, mental health issues, and social factors. Recovery programs often incorporate evidence-based therapies, counseling, and support groups to help men understand the root causes of their addiction and develop healthy coping mechanisms, right? By identifying triggers and learning effective strategies to manage craving, men can regain control over their lives and distance themselves from substance abuse. All right. It is important to note that the recovery journey is unique for each individual, and the time required to break the cycle of addiction can vary. The support of professionals, peers, which I am a peer. I am not one of the counselor. I'm not a sponsor. I'm not a therapist. I am just a recovery coach, a peer. And so over here is what we call a non-judgmental zone. There's no big eyes, no little you. So there's nothing to feel uncomfortable about. I'm just like anyone else with or who suffer from addiction. All right. And it says, and loved ones plays a crucial role in providing encouragement and guidance along the way. And so it's very important that we have support group or support with from our family, friends, those who understand the journey that we're on, especially when we're trying to get our lives back in order. So that's the goal here is to get ourselves back in order. Let's talk about um, another topic of discussion, and that
Hey, get that out your mouth.
restoring relationships and rebuilding lives. All right. It says addiction often takes a toll on relationships, leading to strained connection with family, friends, and loved ones. In addiction recovery, men have the opportunity to restore these relationships and rebuild their lives on a foundation of sobriety and personal growth. Restoring relationships involves open communication, rebuilding trust, and making amends for past actions. It requires a commitment to personal accountability and making positive changes in behaviors and attitudes. Through therapy and counseling, men can address the emotional impact of their addiction on themselves and their loved ones, fostering healing and reconciliation. All right. It says rebuilding goes beyond repairing relationship. It involves creating a new, fulfilling life that is free from the grip of addiction. All right. It says this may include pursuing education or vocational training, finding employment, and engaging in activities that promote personal growth and well-being, building a strong support network, and participating in ongoing recovery program can provide the necessary resources and guidance for men to thrive in their new sober lives. The physical and emotional transformation that occurs during addiction recovery empowers men to break free from the chains of addiction and reclaim their lives while breaking the cycle of addiction and restoring relationships. Men can embark on a journey of personal growth, resilience, and lasting recovery. And so, all those good words that I just read, they are healthy. These are the words, or these are the attributes that we try to instill in men's lives to try to get us back on track. Because I know once I came out of recovery, I came out of, as I stated before, Department of Correction, and so I had to rebuild my life, rebuild my relationship with my family. A lot of times there's a lot of mistrust, a lot of skepticism, a lot of uncomfortability. Let me put it like that, because I could say one thing because I said it many times. Oh, I'm not going to get high no more. I'm not going to do this no more. This, that, and the other. And I would do the same exact thing. So this time when I came home and I started rebuilding relationships, I told myself, I know people are going to look at me with skepticism or he just saying the same thing. I said, I'm just going to show it through my action and let that. And so that's what we're here to do, to share information, give people hope. We call it Healing Recovery Center. We call it building your recovery capital by getting employment, getting your ID back, whether you need a job, whether you want to get back to school, whether you just want to stay working on your sobriety. Those are some good things We encourage people to eat healthy, get proper rest, eat, all that good stuff is very important. The main thing here I like is that by breaking the cycle of addiction and restoring
Well,
and relationships, men can embark on a journey of personal growth, resilience, and lasting recovery. All right, and so the last part, without further ado, I'm going to share and we're going to be out of here, and that is support system for men in recovery. This is so key, not only for men, Ms. Cross, but for women as well. Even though the article made mention of men, but this applies to the women as well. I don't want women to feel slighted. I don't want people to watch it later on and say, oh, you just talked about men and you had a young lady present. And I don't mean no disrespect. Uh, this is what the article says, but this also can apply to men and women. So we're talking about support system uh, in all recovery. So it says recovery from addiction is a challenging journey that requires a strong support system. Do you have a strong support system, Ms. Cross? What do you mean? You don't have family and friends that support everything that you're doing, your work? Okay, well, we got to work on
it's
that.
just me
Just you, and you may mention your brother.
here and there, yeah. But
Okay, well, hopefully we can get him on board to encourage you to keep pushing. You know, now are you doing any school or you just doing work?
no, I'm just balancing everything out for now. Trying
Okay,
to, I will be going back to school soon, but I just haven't found like the time to.
yeah.
So
So,
I had to change like his schedule, my schedule at work and stuff like that. So I don't really be having time to add more stuff to my schedule yet.
yeah.
So
Okay, well, one step at a time, and so don't rush nothing, And so yeah, do if it's working for you, what you're doing now, keep doing it. All right, and so the article we're gonna sum it up. It says for men in recovery, having access to appropriate support system is crucial to their success. In this section, we will explore two key support systems: professional treatment programs, and peer support and group therapy. And so this article is really extensive. And so for time's sake, we're going to end it right there. And so like I stated earlier, anyone want this article, they can go online to main, mainspringrecovery.com. Mainspringrecovery.com. And the title, as you can see, is scrolling across the screen: The Importance of Addiction Recovery for Men. This is our mentorship recovery support session. Until the next time, Ms. Cross, thank you again for
you're
tuning in.
welcome.
And don't forget to give Michael a call. I know you're busy, and I'll
I
talk to you.
will.
I'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.